Hi, David Odell here with Odell Complete Concrete. This is part 2 of a multi-part series. Right now we're going to be showing the setup. We're going to have some steel reinforcement in here, number 3 rebar, 2-foot centers. We're going to have some drains that go all the way from this back patio in daylight near the city sidewalk or back of sidewalk. We're going to have about 3 area drains in this whole location here. 2 in this bigger area and then 1 by the patio cover. In the first part of this series we showed the retaining wall build and demo of this entire backyard. There's all the 3-inch drain pipe right there. So you can see here how that 2x4 is setting up off the grade. That's to allow for some road base we're going to be putting in here and compacting. Those are the leftover caps from the retaining wall build. Basically we're using a 2x4 as our formwork, and then we're using some 2x18-inch 3/4-inch wood stakes. Wood stakes works fine in this area. In some areas you're not going to be able to use wood stakes, you have to use steel, but here it works fine. We're in Southern California. Here's one of the T's for the riser for an area drain pickup, and you can see how it's just stubbed up long temporarily, and then we can cut it off to grade after we establish that. Once all the formwork goes in and we start shooting elevations with a laser level. That string line there actually is set to elevation but 1 foot high, so we can measure down from that string line to our top of drain pipe so we have a consistent slope all the way out to the front. Occasionally, since we don't have a string line running the other direction along this pipe, we're just using a 6-foot level right on top of the pipe to get a little bit of slope. You don't need a whole lot because your riser is set up above the actual drain line, so even as the water fills up in the drain pipe, it's going to push out and exit at the lowest point. But it's nice if you don't have a lot of standing water in there. So you could even throw some perforated in here and there if you wanted to really empty any residual water.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? I did want to just show you guys some key details with the drains that we did. So right here, both the drains are exactly lined up with the corner of the house. The reason for that is because once we do joint right at the corner of the house, we're gonna go straight down through these drains, put a joint right through them, because these are easy crack points. So we're gonna make sure those are covered on a nice spot where this joint is, or where the corner of the house is. So that works perfectly. Also, what we're doing right now is we are testing the drains. We just got them done, so we're gonna run some water through them, make sure everything is flowing properly. We go to this part now and watch the water flow out. All right, I believe his pipe that we attached to, oh, there it is. Saw the water coming out. There it is. We have water flow, which is great, because now we don't have to dig through all this area in case these were clogged. But it's looking good. So we're gonna get concrete a little more graded out and get it ready for the pour.
Now to set the area drain height, now that we have the perimeter formwork in, we've established that elevation, now we just want to slope it back to the drain. So it's nice at this point, you probably want about 2% right there. That'll give you about 1% in the long run. assuming that the perimeter is all level.
Alright guys, we are setting up drains right now. I just wanted to show you real quick how we establish drain height and what we go off of to get our height of the drains and kind of placement. So what we are doing and how we get the height of the drains is first, actually, I like to turn the laser level on and then get my level over here, get my little 2-foot level and my receiver, hook up the receiver to the 2-foot level, get my benchmark, which would be right here. This is actually, this wood right here is going to be the same height, or that form right there is the same height of this over here, about maybe 1 inch below the weep screed. The low point is obviously going to be the middle. So how we are getting the height of the drains now is, now that I have my receiver to the benchmark height, what I do is I'll move this up and down until I get a beep. 1 second, let me turn this on. Move it up and down. Once I get a flat line, which is right somewhere around here, there it is. I actually have the mark already marked. The mark is right there. Then what I want to do is, since these couplings are 1.5 inches to the little groove in there, I gotta account for the 1.5 inch coupling that is going to be going on. Then I need 1 inch for 5 feet, because it's 5 feet from the house to here, and same with the other way. 5 feet from the form to the middle of the drain, and these drains are lined up. So now that I know I only need 1 inch, and that gives me about 1% slope, I'm just going to go down 2.5 inches in total. So from there, I'm going to go down to about right there, cut that, put the coupling on, and then my drain. And then I'll have a perfect set drain ready for concrete. All we have to do is grade out everything accordingly and bring in some base, because we are pretty low everywhere, set rebar, compact, all that good stuff. So we're gonna get to it.
There's the weep screed of the house. We need to stay underneath that. That's about 1.5 inches, 2 inches below floor level, the bottom weep screed. So if you're a 1/2 inch below that weep screed, you're about 2.5 inches below top of floor. Also, what the weep screed does is it releases any water entrapped in the walls. It's galvanized metal, and it's got holes in it, so the drip, you have water release out the bottom of that. So that's why you don't want to seal the bottom of that weep screed up. Here's the crushed concrete that's been recycled and repurposed for base. Those 2x4s just kind of show the slope. Double check it from the longest points. That's what they're doing there. But inevitably what's going to happen in between the two drains, that's going to be a high point, and it's going to run towards the drain from that high point in both directions. Also, what you can do when you're putting your base in, you utilize that formwork across from the top of a drain to the perimeter elevation, just to make sure you grading it properly before you start compacting. So you basically want to be about 3.5 inches down from top of concrete to your base, and then when you wet it and compact it, that's going to drop at a 1/2 inch for sure. Then you'll be right at 4 inches. Here's the steel reinforcement going in. That's 3/8 rebar, and it's going to be on approximately 2-foot centers, both directions. We're going to be wet tool joining the concrete on this particular pour as well. And the way the joints, or actually the way the drains are laid out, the area drains, those are going to be center of joint pattern. Like the two area drains here are straight with that corner of the pop out of the house, so that'll be a joint right across there. What you can do on those joints when they hit the center of drain, you can take like a 1/2 inch or 3/8 1/4 inch drill bit, roto hammer, drill through the joint on a 45-degree angle right into the drain, so you get all the water, standing water, out of your joints. If you have standing water in joints, it's going to stain over time, cause a lot of problems. Okay, that about wraps up part 2 of this multi-part series. The next part will be the pour day, so stay tuned. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification. That way you'll be notified when the next part is available to watch. Have a good one.